students with.
I have another question for you all about the encounter. You have a question?
Yeah, you've just been on a trip and you can use that for your answer. You don't have to go to another trip. No, this is why we're having this discussion.
It's proof that happened. Okay, so what types of sound design, from everything we know about sound design, what different types of sound design and ways of making sound did you experience in the show? I'm not asking for a number, I'm asking you to talk about. Yeah,
There was a lot of physical because you use like a lot of objects to create like their sound effects. Like in the background, like I said, like he used a lot of sound to create the effect of a jungle, of like him going through the jungle.
Yeah, that's a really good one. So kind of physical, using physical objects. Yeah, doing it live. Yeah. What other kind of sound design do we? Yeah. Soundscapes. Yeah, that's good. So what kind of soundscapes did we hear?
Jungle.
Jungle. Yeah. In the window. Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say the village.
His village.
People talking in the background.
Yeah, that was a really nice one. And what was that? What was the sound of the people talking in the background? What was different about that sound to, for example, the sounds you were talking about when you made the loop, like with physical objects? What was different about that sound? Anyone else have any ideas? So we're talking about different ways he made sounds of sound and soundscapes. So one that Diego mentioned was using physical objects. So we heard him use a plastic bag to make the sound of fire, yeah, and snapping wood to make sound of fire crackling and burning things. We also had the sound of voices in the background. What's the difference between those two sounds and how they were made? What kind of sounds they were? Yeah?
The voices were pre-made voices.
Yes.
Whereas he was making the others noises right on the spot.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah. So there were some pre-made sounds, pre-recorded sounds. You know that the sound designer actually went on an actual trip to the Amazon rainforest.
Yes, he said it.
Who? Ben McIntyre or the guy who did it?
It's called Gareth Fry is the guy who made all the sounds. Made the sound design. Any other kinds of sounds we got that were different?
He played his recording when he went to talk to the guy in the author of the book, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And how was he doing that? Who remembers?
He used his phone to play it on the mannequin.
Yeah, he used his phone. And how did we hear that? We heard it through dimensioning.
Fourth dimension.
Maybe fourth dimension for some of us. Any other kinds of sounds? There's a really big, obvious one. Two really big, obvious ones that we haven't said yet.
I don't know if you said it already, but was it like a special effect? You know, like not a real sound, but you know that one? That one was like...
Yeah, so, we definitely had special effects and kind of like probably synthesized sounds. Yeah. Fake sounds. Yeah. There's two really big ones. Kinds of things that we heard. Just think of what we heard a lot of in the piece.
Talking.
Talking. Yes. And what do you talk with?
My voice.
Your voice into a microphone. Both of these at the same time. Very good. So talking. So narrating was one. What other kinds of talking did he do? You already kind of talked about like these different characters.
The dialogue.
Dialogue between different people. Narration.
Yeah,
talk about his thoughts a lot. There's one other kind of talking he did at the very beginning. We heard at the very beginning.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Explaining.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, breaking the fourth wall, and then doing that. And what was he doing to us?
Talking.
Kind of connecting, like
connecting to us. Yeah. Begins with I. The word I'm thinking of.
interacting.
Interacting.
Impression.
And it was immersive. These are all great words.
Immersive.
I'm thinking of a word beginning with B, and you all come up with great words.
Immersive.
Immersing. Instructing is the one I'm thinking of.
What?
So it's another way of using a voice, yeah. So narrating is telling a story, telling us what's happening, but instructing if you're wearing headphones, he was talking to the microphone and saying, okay, you can take your headphones off now, put your headphones on now. That's instructions, okay? You're telling people what to do. And that's something very interesting that sound artists do a lot, or choose not to do, which we would explore a bit, potentially in our sound.
With paying money and they make you do stuff with random people. I don't know, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, that part where you told us to look behind us when those two people were coming in.
So
And
that's
everyone was
very,
looking
that's
there.
very funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that was very, so it was a lot of, so all these different kinds of voices. There's one other kind of sound, which you're all going to kick yourselves with. Okay.
Instructions.
Instructions. And that one.
What does it begin with?
Huh?
What does it begin with? Music.
Music, yeah. What did you say?
I say movement.
Movement.
Yeah, music.
Whenever I say a letter, you come up with great ideas. So movement's a really good one.
I've got it right.
Music is
Yeah,
exactly what I was
music.
thinking of. So we have music as well.
Yeah, I totally said that, yeah.
Oh, did you say movement?
I said like muting, I don't know why.
You just sound
Muting.
Muting and movement were both very good. And somehow the resonance of them both sounded like music to my ears.
Well done, Liam. It's
Okay, so we
Sherlock
have music
Holmes.
as well. And what did the music do? What did the music do in the story?
Interact with what was going on.
Yeah?
It created more of an environment. Like, to it.
Yeah.
Because when you hear music, you kind of
Rio, stop doing that in the chair for a minute.
like relate it to a situation.
Yeah. Yeah, don't you can put yourself in a situation. You guys haven't done anything from you right yet.
For Superman.
What do you think, what did the music do for you? Anything?
Music explained what's going on while he wasn't talking.
While he wasn't talking. I don't know if he was talking at the same time as music. Any ideas? Yeah.
It was used to emphasise that time. I mean, that's generally what it's used in most media, but by having it more immersive, we're able to, it felt more real to a sense, and even, you know, in real life when you wouldn't actually hear music, just with certain actions, by having that in an immersive sense, it made it feel more real and didn't seem out of place.
Yeah, so it made it feel real. I think it made the feelings feel real, is the thing. Because we had these really great soundscapes which made us think the setting was real as well. But it made the feelings feel really emphasised, you know. If it felt hopeful, sometimes it felt threatening, sometimes it was dramatic, you know. All these things. It's very good. So, my next question. What types of listening were in the show? This is a bit hard. It's not that hard.
Listening on headphones.
Listening in headphones?
There was the bee effect where you had to listen and if you could tell if it was a real bee or if it was just one of the recordings.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was a
So-
recording also.
Yeah. But we had to we couldn't be sure at the beginning.
Yeah, so they had this kind of listening where you're kind of testing. So you're trying to work something out with your ears.
He spoke to himself, his previous recording,
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. That's a really good one to remember. So he's been speaking to himself. What other kinds of listening? Something we already said is the voices inside the head.
Yes, that rhymes.
So how did it feel different listening to him telling us the story, and then or him talking to a pre-recording of himself to listening to the voice inside the head?
They probably had the same effects making it.
Yeah.
But at least half of it was pre-recorded when he had his voices speaking to himself because he had two voices that speak at the same time at some point in the thing.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
once.
So some was pre-recorded, some was live. Yeah. But it's a bit of a different kind of listening when you're thinking, oh, someone's telling me a story, or someone's telling me exactly what they're thinking right now. Different kind of listening. Yeah. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I don't know if you've already explained this, but did he lip sync some things?
Yeah. We did.
Not really, because I was looking out for that when he was mouthing some of the recordings. But if everything was live, everything that he was speaking was live, that's incredible. I mean, it's incredible when people lip sync well. Do you know what lip syncing is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah. Yeah, he spoke it all live. I would be surprised by that as well. I thought he was going to have done some
Because sometimes it looked a bit like it was delayed. Really,
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the fact that I thought it was.
Isn't that between the microphone and your headphones then, rather than the delay between lip syncing?
Maybe.
Yeah, so there's probably some small delays between when the microphone and reaching the headphones. Yeah.
I was gonna say he had like really good timing because when he was speaking to the Portuguese guy, he had to kind of speak and then wait for the recording to play and speak again. Like he had to go back and forth. But
Yeah.
since we couldn't tell like who was actually speaking, and since he had to like kind of use his timing.
Miss.
Yes.
They do require me.
Anna, please.
Anna.
Yes.
I've been in school all day. It wasn't to do with time because then the sound recorder just press play and pause.
I mean, the connection between the headphones and the microphone, for
Yeah.
example, that would have delay anyway.
But then the people in the sound engineering, sound recording room would just press play then press pause and he'll speak and they'll just play again.
Earphones in as well.
Yeah, so they had. So usually in a show like that, what were you saying, sorry? In a show, they usually just have one person operating the sound, and they'll just press play and play. In this show, there was 2 sound operators, and they had to be specially trained to do this show because it's so complicated. And so I got to see the backstage of what they're doing, and they have one sound person, okay, who's just controlling, who has no content, no sound effects or anything. All they do is control which microphones are on and when. Because why do you think we can't have all the microphones on at the same time?
Oh, interference.
Interference. So he's speaking into the microphone. It doesn't have the low voice effect, but you hear a bit of low voice in the background. Or you hear it a bit three-dimensional, and it's meant to be the voice in your head.
Also, wouldn't you get feedback as well?
Yeah, you get feedback, and it would just be very messy, lots of reasons. So just controlling which microphones are on and off. So that actor improvises all the time, so it's always changing. So
All the time?
All the time, and there's no script. Yeah. He likes to, he's a very eccentric character, and he likes to change it up every single night.
Even the time when he was like
Crazy.
yeah,
exactly.
Crazy.
Do you mind what do you mean
I mean,
he's improvising? Which part? I mean the.
So there's a story there which he's telling, but sometimes he might just have an idea, and he'll start talking about, oh, and then I went into the tent, and then this character said this, and this person said this, and then, you know, he'll just go off on an idea. So he's very fluid. There's no script. The people just have to know it really well. Yeah.
So the book that is based off does that exist?
Huh?
Does the book that is based off exist?
Yeah, the book does exist, but it's very much based on that book rather than being
Oh, so it's
that story.
so
But
Already played one.
it is nothing similar.
Then you've got to bring the book.
The book. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
so
Based off a
so this one operator is just doing microphones and the loop pedal. So they are helping control the loop pedal. Sometimes, what do you think could happen if you're doing a live loop pedal in the theatre that could make it go wrong?
Could mistime it.
Oh yeah, but
This time, but he's very well practiced.
You could accidentally take away one voice while adding this one another one, but that wouldn't really be
But aside from mistakes, what else is unpredictable?
What is
What are the doctor's
What
voice?
is recorded? In what sense?
maybe the crowd?
Oh, where's my scar?
The crowd! Exactly, I knew that!
So
Wasn't the mic
sometimes...
deliberately directed right to his mouth? That's the most standard.
Sorry?
Wasn't the mic like the one attached to his mouth? That actually wouldn't make much interference with the
No,
crowd.
because he was actually, a lot of time he was looping, guys. Can we listen? When he was looping and he was making a loop that sounded like the jungle, the soundscapes, what kind of recording was that? A loop? Was it 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional?
Three-dimensional.
3-dimensional, yeah, we could hear it all around us. And so that microphone, that
Wouldn't that
head,
be four-dimensional?
that head picks up everything. Okay, and it's so sensitive that if one audience member coughs during a loop,
Amazing.
a cough's doing a loop, then it'll come up in every loop and you'll hear it really clearly. What else did I want to ask you? So do you think sound helps tell the story?
Yes, totally.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah, movies need sound, if not...
There were silent movies originally, but they weren't the same.
Yeah, but this music only needs sound.
True.
That makes sense. Anything else about how sound helped tell the story?
They literally carried it up. they didn't keep it from just being like a stone script in a sense. I know it would have been quite good without it anyway, but it kind of gave the effect which made it more real.
Yeah.
Like you were wearing a jumper.
Oh, I was just gonna say what I said before, like it's like it more like emotional, and also it seemed quite plain if you just had like the movie without any like to kind of go along, because you just see like a scene going on and then they're quite bored after a while.
Yeah.
It's like watching pictures very fast.
Yeah.
And it gave it a lot, but it also created the story. Because all the ideas that we were talking about, like whether something is real or fake, that's whole part of the story, wasn't it? And so the sound, the way he made the sound, also created that story. That's something to bear in mind when we start making our own pieces. Okay, so